Thank you so much for being here, everybody. And again, what we're going to do today is just two things. We want to assess. One of the things that I believe in is a quote that says, "You cannot expect what you don't inspect." And we are, for all intents and purposes, a formatted business. Meaning, what that means is that we are. And don't worry about the background noise. I'm muting everybody right now. We are all muted. And what that means is that we are formatted business, meaning we should be running our businesses exactly the same, especially as it relates to the team, the resources. I found that in most cases, people expect things they don't inspect. And just so you know, the reason I'm showing you this pop quiz is because it's all from cases of real life. We're talking about people that this week have reached out to me for stuff that were either wrong or they just simply were not well informed. And that shouldn't fly for any of us. Every single one of us has to make it a point to make sure that we're up to speed on all aspects of the business. I have to be on my toes because I'll give you an example. I might not be running the church campaign right now myself, but there are people out there, Alan and several others, that are. So I have to know how to direct them to the resources that are set up for them to do that. Another one might be, let's just say, the police campaign. Again, I'm not running it actively myself, meaning I'm spearheading, but just yesterday, I had somebody reach out to me that we're probably going to go see the Azusa Police Department because this person walked in and did everything right. And so I have to know what resources. So don't be the leader that says, well, I'm not running the church campaign, or I'm not running the police campaign, or I'm not running the teacher campaign. You really do need to know where everything is at. There's just simply no excuse for not to be able to do that. I don't care if you're running it or not running it. If you do consider yourself a leader, now if you don't have to do that, of course, because it's all about you, but it's not about me, it's about the team. And my recommendation to everybody is, make sure that you assess where you stand from time to time. One of the reasons we collectively didn't hit our target or our major goals for 2020 was because we were just not up to speed on a lot of the campaigns and stuff like that. And so what we're going to do here today is just simple. It's not even a pop quiz. It's going to be a poll. And again, we are a team. We are one company. So we should score 100% collectively. If just one of us does not score 100%, that we've identified a weak link. And when you identify a weak link, you address it. And that's what this is all about. So it's not about making somebody feel bad. It's not, but then I don't like to baby people either. So I'm not going to sit here and, hand off participation trophies, if you would, when we're just trying to make you better. We're trying to make you stronger. We're trying to make you a much better of a leader so that you can lead yourself. And then when you learn how to lead yourself, you can lead others, and so on and so on and so on. So let's get into it. Before that, I do want to make an announcement. I want to invite you. Who remembers what one of the key things we talked about, that for 2021, for you to really exponentially grow your business and your income, because the focus this year is on income. What do we need to do collectively? Who remembers?
Automation.
Automation is the key. With the exception of one person, I spoke to a lot of people this week. Nobody had a landing page, with the exception of one person that I spoke to. It doesn't mean you don't have one. It just probably means I didn't speak to you this week. But I spoke to a lot of people this week. And the common denominator, as I troubleshoot people's businesses and try to strategize with them to get them from where they are to where they deserve to be, most are ill-prepared. Ill-prepared. I'm telling them, you have such unrealistic expectations of yourself and the business. It's not even funny. Don't do that to yourself. Lower your expectations or step up. Step up and do what needs to be done. One of the two, but you're just setting yourself up for a very depressing year, when in reality, it's not you. It's just that you're not prepared. Either it doesn't mean enough to you, or you're not all there, meaning that you're distracted. Sometimes we're battling an illness. Sometimes whatever. That's fine. I'm not saying anything bad about that. I understand. I'm just saying, dial it down. Either step up and do what needs to be done, or dial your expectations, your goals, your dreams, dial them down, because you're just simply going to end up beating yourself up. And that's the top reason I tell people not to do that. Don't beat yourself up. You haven't done enough to beat yourself up, by the way. If you're going out there and you're doing all the right things and it still doesn't work, then yeah, beat yourself up and analyze your business and troubleshoot it. But most of us have not gotten to that point where we have not earned the right to beat ourselves up, because we're just simply not doing what needs to be done. It's amazing how we think we're doing what needs to be done, when in reality we're not. So anyways, I want to invite you next Saturday. This is super important. Write it down on your calendar, so make sure that you're here early. We're not going to allow anybody in after 9:05 a.m. So if that's you, don't text me. Like right now, people are texting me, hey, I'm in. I'm not too late. You're too late. We're not going to stop and go back. And no, you set your own clock. Don't wait for the text message. You set your own alarm and log in. It's the same domain every week. And we're going to show you, I'm going to show you how to create a landing page in 10 minutes or less. I created one this morning in 5 minutes. And here's the best part. It's 100% free. And you can create as many as you want. So you want to create one for this, for that, go for it. Landing pages. And once again, landing pages are not, and I repeat this, are not to be confused with websites. We're not looking for a website. We are simply looking for a landing page. And so what that means is I'm talking to, let's just say to Kathy, right? Daragar, and I'm telling you, she's my friend, she's my coworker, she's my favorite, whatever. And I'm saying, you know what, Kathy, you really need to take a look at this $1 million baby concept, because I'm telling you, it's changing kids' lives forever. It's multi-generational wealth that's being created, and you owe it to yourself, your kids, your grandkids, whoever she might have that we were striking up a conversation about, to at least check it out. What I want to do is I want to send you my personal link. When you get there, it's literally a 7-8 minute video. Watch it in its entirety. And then right below it is a button where you can go ahead and just simply do nothing but schedule your webinar or your Zoom consultation, I should say, on the spot. And you have one for $1 million baby, one for police. The person that invited me yesterday wanted me to go today to Azusa PD. And I said, no, let's automate it, or let's just get them to acknowledge something else, which she's going to do now. And I'll go all day long. That's not an issue on my part. But the first part, the filtering part, you got to get people to move. And so go ahead, Kathy. I'm going to text it to you. And that's another thing. You want to be in the position. Let me see if I can pull it up here. You want to be in the position where this is impromptu. It's nothing formal. If you send this big old bulky, let's just say, website that's loading up and taking forever, we don't want to do that. We're talking about landing pages, and I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to create one. I'm going to do it in 5 minutes in front of you, by the way, but I might slow it down just for you to be able to follow. And here's the best part. I'm going to record it. So let me pull this up on my phone so you can kind of see what it looks like. Now, this is not the one. I'm just showing you. Let me just pull this up. And so what I'm doing right now, I'm going to text it to myself. And so here's what I want to show you. Okay. Now, remember, please, you're going to have realistic expectations. I'm talking about a landing page. A landing page is not what's going to do all the selling for you. The video can, and it will. But what I'm saying, it's not like somebody's going to be Googling and coming across a website. That's not a website. It's a landing page. So what I'm going to do, let me go ahead in real time, show you this. So bear with me. I'm on my phone. So I'm having this conversation with Kathy. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to pretend that it's her. So I'm going to do a new share. I'm going to show, oh, I don't want to do that. I'm going to share with you my actual iPhone screen mirror, Zoom. And so there, you're seeing my phone. So I'm going to go ahead and say, oh, okay, Kathy, you got to check this out. It's only 10 minutes. You owe it to yourself. Please, I just want to be a good friend and make sure that you at least knew about it. If you do or don't, that's up to you. But I know what kind of person you are, and I know this is right up your alley. So I'm going to text it to you right now. Do me a favor. Take a look at it and give me a call in 20 minutes, just so I know you received it, and then you watched it. Cool? All right, great. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to, on this example myself, I'm going to go ahead and text myself. I'm going to paste the domain, which I'm going to show you. That's all there is to it. And there's the $1 Million Baby campaign showed up. As you can see right there, was what she received on her cell. When she taps on it, this is a mobile friendly, right there, the $1 Million Baby campaign. Give your child the financial future he or she deserves. And there's the video. And then click on the link below to schedule your free, no obligation consultation via Zoom to see how simple it can be to give your child the financial future he or she, of course, deserves. And they just simply go ahead and watch the video. They click on the link below when they are ready to actually schedule something. And boom, they select the date, the time, and all that. I just want to make sure I'm in the right room. I mean, would you want to know how to do that? So just shoot me a quick message because I want to make sure that, again, I don't like to waste my time. I want to make sure that we are sharing with people something that they really want to do or learn. So I don't know if that can help you. Let me see. Let me go back over here. What do you guys think? Okay, well, two people. That's good. Let's see. All right. And so the reason I share this with you is because now, one of the best things you can do in my world is empower others. And so as you're going to hear me say next week, all right, let's see, we got a few people. Let's see. Yes, perfect. I like Holly's response. Of course. All right. Well, I'm just checking because, like I'm telling you, there's a lot of others too. And we're going to find out right now, by the way, to see kind of where we stand together by doing a quick poll that we should answer in unison. And I mean, it's pretty tough to have to do it. I guarantee you're saying, well, why even bother? We're going to score a perfect 100. And I would say, well, just like Holly said, of course, it's going to be that. So you're going to learn how to do that. I mean, 5 minutes. 5 minutes, you're going to be able. Now you saw it. I want to call it an ugly landing page. It's a landing page. I mean, there's no bells, there's no whistles, there's no colors, and it's just simple. A place that I send somebody directly, just like I did that. If I'm talking to a police officer, I'm saying, hey, let me send you a quick link on your phone, which gives me their cell phone number. By the way, I don't want their email. Email is dead. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and text you a link. Take a look at it. It's literally the same presentation we do in roll calls throughout the entire United States. And the craziest part, most officers didn't even know this concept existed. So let me go ahead and do that. Cool. Outstanding. Bob has 5 free landing pages. And that's the beauty about it. Automate your business. Automate your business. It's going to change it forever. So having said that, if you want to do participate in it next Saturday, same thing, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But please, let's try to see how well we listen and how committed we are. Because we're going to close the doors early, meaning we're just not going to allow more people. Like right now, there's people waiting in the lobby. It's too late. You got to be in here by 9:05. Be here by 8:58 if you dare, please, or no later than 9, so we can get started. Because we want to get right into it. We're going to record it. Because the reason you want to do that is you'll hear me say next week. You saw how simple it was. If you happen to need help or you get stuck and you need a little guidance, don't call me. Because I'm not going to help you. I don't do that during the week. I have other stuff going on. So do not call me. Say, hey, I'm here on the website. I'm trying to get this going. Wrong. You wait till Saturday. You speak up on Saturday, and I can help you the following Saturday, but I can't do it on a one-on-one basis. It's just simply not feasible. So here's what I want to do now. Let me just fire this up. And we're going to do so that's next Saturday. And so I'm going to go ahead and take a real short, quick poll. And don't answer anything, please, until you see me, until you hear me explain this. So don't click on anything. First thing we want to address are commissions. We get paid twice a week. And how we get paid is also very important for everybody to know. So the first question is quite simple. It's not a trick question, by the way. I just want to clarify it. So here we have a client who is doing a $200 a month IUL. It's an adult. And it generates a $2,000 target premium. Pretty simple. 2 weeks later, there's not a trick question. It is paid, meaning they submitted their payment information. The payment went through. 2 weeks later, the actual agent gets paid. 2 weeks later, the agent gets paid. They get their first check comes in from FFS on that particular case. How much will that first check be for? How much is the agent, the senior associate, get paid on their first paycheck on that case? They're going to get paid $2,000, $750, $500, or $1,000. Go ahead and just select the answer you think is right. So hurry up. This is all common sense stuff, guys. We're not going to spend any amount of time on this. The second question is, what is the email address to recognize yourself? Recognition is the cornerstone. And I do mean the cornerstone of human relationships. And that's what we have here. We run a business, but it's really about human relationships. And we have a way to recognize ourselves and our teammates. And by teammates, I'm not talking about your downlines or just your uplines. It could be somebody else on the team that we want to make a hero about. We have all kinds of awards and recognition and virtual awards and physical awards. But I don't know what the hell's going on out there like you do. And so I depend on the leadership, meaning every person that's watching me and hearing me to be able to go ahead and do just that. And so the question is, we have an email address, and you just simply email a picture of the person you want to recognize and a short story about what they did. They got their first paycheck, they got a big case, they got their whatever. FFS just sent out a recognition for somebody out of Team Resilience. They just closed a $14 million deal, which is the biggest in FFS history. $14 million, that's not too bad. So we want to know that. But the sad part is the last email I got asking to recognize somebody was about almost 3 years ago. That's pretty pathetic in my world, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I guess nobody's doing anything. And none of your downlines or uplines or teammates are doing anything worth recognizing, which is, of course, bull. I just randomly pick people that I know about what they're doing, but it's not up to me. It's really up to you. So what is the email address that we send every, what I described to you? Well, it's right there. So I hope you go ahead and do that. The third question is, what is the direct web address for the FFS agent back office? This past week, somebody was, I wouldn't say complaining, but they were talking about how they couldn't get in through, and they were going to the wrong website. I tell them, no, go directly to the agent back office, the ABO. And we'll cover that in just 1 second, which is really important for you to know. And again, this is stuff we should know. On which days of the week does FFS pay out commissions to the field? Self-explanatory, the options are right there. So go ahead and put in your selection. The fifth one, what is the web address to our church fundraising campaign? Online flip chart. There's an online flip chart we've set up that all you have to do is literally on your phone or your tablet, literally just go ahead and load it up. You don't even load it. It's on the cloud-based, and it'll get you more business like it has for Alan and so many other people that it's not even funny. So go ahead and do that one, please. Next one, what is the web address to our Big to the Vegas fundraising campaign? Same thing. We just had a few people hit police officers and police departments this past week. Break out your phone. If you're going to go see somebody, a police department or a church, bring your iPad with you or your tablet, because the screen is that much bigger. That much bigger. So you can go ahead and do that. But again, if you don't know the web address, my good God, I know you're not doing anything in that field with the flip chart. Who is our primary case manager at FFS headquarters? Who is the person? We sometimes get overflow, it goes to others, but who's our primary assigned case coordinator in FFS? So self-explanatory. Number 8, what is the web address to our team website? The times that we are sending people to, especially right now, it's being revamped, that we're going to be sending more and more people to the website to grab whatever they might need, videos, classes on demand, and so on. You have to know what that is. So click on that one. And then number 9, how much cash flow do you have to have in a 12-month period to qualify for the FFS Champions Club? That's something that if you're not part of that Champions Club by the end of this year, unless you intended not to be part of it, something went horribly wrong. And don't wait until December to set yourself up for not making Champions Club. You need to do that right now. You need to work on it right now, but you need to know what the goal is if you intend to get there. So how much do you need to make in a 12-month, rolling 12-month period? And then lastly, number 10, on a scale from 1 to 10, how serious are you about success in making 2021 your best year ever in FFS as far as overall success and income? So go ahead and select that. And they just submit it at the end so we can kind of get a better sense of where we're at. And so again, I'm just looking at this. Okay, most of you are choosing not to do it. That's really good. All right, well, we got some people who decided not to participate. Guys, if you're if you can tap on the damn screen, do it. I mean, I don't know why you're here. To be honest with you, we're not going to do that. So we'll review it as we go. Come on, only 14 people out of 36? You're kidding me. Only 41% of the people took it. All right. Well, we're waiting for just 1 second. Come on. 47%. It's getting better. 50%. Okay, come on. Why are you here? 52%. I think that's the best we're going to get out of you guys. Well, I mean, collectively we failed, just so you know. Only 52% even bother to try. It's not a good thing. But anyways, as of right now, Looking at the answers for number one, $2,000 a month, $2,000 target premium. How much will the senior associate receive in let's just say they get paid in 2 weeks. One person, 5% put 2,000, which no, 14% said 750, 10% said 500, and 71% said $1,000. And of course, in this example, the 71% or 16 people, now everybody's switching their answer, of course. The 16 people that said 1,000, the answer is, you're right, it's $1,000. Who can unmute themselves and tell me why? Real quick.
Always half of the target premium.
Okay, how much of the target premium does National Life Group and Anaco advance now?
100%. It's 100%.
Thank you. And this week we had several people, they're still in the 75%, which is why they're paying $750 here. You don't do that anymore. The good news is that National Life Group and Anaco are both advancing you 100% of the target premium on one check. The only exception, and you might say, well, you said the first check. Well, yeah, I did say the first check because behind that are the renewals. You're still going to get more checks if the case stays on the books. But the very first one is the big one, which is for 100% of that right there. I think of all the things on this page, the most important one for me, at least as a leader, is number 2, the email address to recognize yourself or teammates. I mean, you really are going to tell me that in the entire 2020 year, nobody did anything worthwhile recognizing that you came across. 22% said congratulations at ffsmail.com, which is wrong. 17% congratulations at teamcrusaders.com, which is wrong. I thank God nobody selected way to go at gmail.com because that one was wrong. And the correct one is recognition at teamcrusaders.com. A simple email saying, I want to take a moment to recognize Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so who got their first paycheck, who passed their life insurance exam, attaches a picture of them, if you can please mention it. And the answer is, of course, we can do that. We have a tremendous following on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you name it. We have it all. And email, of course, text messaging. We would love to recognize people, but I mean, you have to do your part. And like I said, it's been years since somebody has bothered to just recognize somebody. And that sucks because I can tell you that in most JOBs or jobs that people hate, nobody recognizes anybody. Don't turn a great opportunity into a JOB where people hate it, resent it, or it's just simply whatever. We don't want that. We want people excited. We want people to know that we care. We want people to know that, again, we are watching. And most importantly, that we are recognizing every effort along the way. Number 3, what is direct web address for the FFS agent back office? 4% said ffsonline.com. No. Wow, 25% said First Financial Security, abo.com. Wrong. 17% teamcrusaders.com. Wrong. 54% ffs-leaders.com, which is the correct answer. You want to make sure you do that because, like I said, that's where this week we had a couple of issues with all of it related to the back office, and most did not know how to get there. And I was like, no, that's impossible. How can we not get there by not knowing where it's at? So we got to make sure we do that. Here's a simple one, and that is, on which days of the week does FFS pay out commissions to the field? Very, very, very important. We have Tuesdays and Thursdays. 17% selected Tuesdays and Thursdays, which is wrong. 13% Wednesday and Fridays, which is wrong. And 72% selected Tuesdays and Fridays, which is correct. I suspect the people that selected Wednesday, Fridays, and Tuesdays and Thursdays aren't getting paid. But it's amazing. We have to know that because that's part of the recruiting element. We used to get paid on just Fridays. Now here you are getting paid twice a week. And so it's important for you to make sure you understand that that's a recruiting tool because people's timeline for a paycheck just got cut in half. And you want to make sure you do that. In case you don't know, we're working towards daily payouts, which is going to be really, really cool when we do that. We talked about twice a week paydays versus once for a very long time. Now we're talking about how to get people paid every day. And that would be exciting, as you can imagine as well. And we have somebody else just walked out and came in. Now, this guy just keeps coming in and out. We don't have time for that. So then we go on to number 5. What is the web address to our church fundraising campaign online flip chart? And 8% selected churchcampaign.com, which is wrong. I mean, that's just the way it is. 20% selected churchcampaign.org, which is wrong. 24% selected churchflipchart.com, which is wrong. And of course, the correct answer is churchflipchart.org. ORG. That's the correct answer. Number six. That's why when people ask me and they call me, hey, what's the? I never reply. I never send it to them. I go research it. It's in the back. There's no way in hell I'm going to reply to something like that, because I'm not going to stop my day to do something that should have been done, saved as a favorite on your browser, for God's sakes. It's not like I'm asking you to commit it to memory. Write it down, take a picture of it, save it as your. But no, I'm not Google. I'm not Uncle Google. You just simply get the, hey, type in the link for the church campaign. I'm sorry, research it. Bye. I don't do it. I just don't do that. So it's important for you to do your part. What is the web address for Baker to Vegas fundraising campaign? Now, just so you know, what's really unique about this is that right now the race got canceled for this year again. And so a lot of teams are hurting for funds because they haven't had fundraising in 2 years. And so like this week, I'm going to be with Azusa. We're going to be, and they're such a small department, they actually join up with a few other small departments, which gives us a bigger audience, if you would, that allows us to do that. There are fundraising campaigns that we do, not just for Baker to Vegas, but also for their Explorer programs, their DAPS programs. We also do the fundraising for their station fund. Every police station in this country, every single police station in this country, so I don't care where you are at, what state you're in, what city you're in, every single police station has what's called a station fund, which is a station fund that cops kind of have to pay a couple bucks, 10, 20 bucks a month into, for coffee and for cable TV, sometimes that the city does not provide. And so they're short. They haven't done fundraising. And so here we are with both our physical and, most importantly, virtual fundraisers that we are doing right now. And the one that's working the best is the one with the travel certificate, where they have 2 years to pay. They donate $30 to the station fund or the Baker to Vegas fund or the Memorial Fund, 30 bucks. And we give them a stay in either Cancun or Las Vegas. You might say, well, nobody's traveling. Well, some people are traveling, just so you know, but they have 2 years to use it. So I guarantee you that in 2 years, people will be traveling. And most importantly, people are going to go ahead and want to be part of, obviously, what it represents for 30 bucks. And you get to give as many of them as they raise. It's called loving you to death forever. And so anyways, I share that with you because it's very important to know. 8% said it's funds for cops. Wrong. 32%, Baker to Vegas fundraisers.org. Wrong. Baker to Vegas fundraisers.us. Wrong. And 54%, and by the way, right now, it's the B2V, which stands for Baker to Vegas flipchart.com. That's the correct one right there. Our scores are going up because people are not conducting it as I give you the answers. Who is our team's primary case manager at FFS? And even though we do have spillover, meaning that it goes to other case managers, we only have one true case manager that whenever you need anything, and if you don't know who does have it, start with this person. Who is our primary case manager at FFS headquarters? 15%, 1-5, said Michael Harding. Well, just so you know, Michael Harding doesn't even work for FFS, so that's pretty bad. 8%, Cavell Francis, which is wrong. 4% put poor old Vince Rocos, wrong. And the correct answer, of course, is Erica Jackson. Thank God 73% of you got that right. Erica Jackson. What is the web address to our team website? And this is important because, like I said earlier, we're going to be sending people there like never before. 23% teamcrusaders.org, which is wrong. 4% at teamcrusaders.net, which is wrong. 4% at teamcrusaders.us, which is wrong. And 69%, damn, should have been a lot more. 69% put teamcrusaders.com, which is, of course, the correct one.
Javier.
Yes, go ahead.
The Team Crusaders, I thought that was a trick because it didn't have a comma, or excuse me, it was wrong where it has a comma there, I think.
Oh, instead of a dot.
I saw that. I saw that too, but I thought he just
anyway.
probably typoed. It was probably a typo.
We'll just give everybody an A for effort on that one because it was more of a tricky one, I guess. And you're right. You're absolutely right. You know, I was typing this at night and I can't see a damn thing anymore in the dark. I'm getting old, but sorry about that. And I apologize. Thank you for bringing that up. Number 9, how much cash flow must one have in a rolling 12-month period to qualify for the FFS Champions Club? And that's very important. Unless you don't want to be part of it, unless that's not your goal, I completely respect that. I'm glad that you make whatever you make with us here, and I thank you for that. But I'm looking at for those that, I mean, 100. You got to understand one thing: 100,000 is a lot of money, but it's not what it used to be. How many people here have ever heard of A.O. Williams? Anybody? Anyone ever hear that?
Yep.
They are really the ones.
Yeah.
They are really the ones that rolled out the ring on a large scale back in the day. When did, just pop quiz, another pop quiz, when did A.O. Williams get created? Anybody know?
77.
They both fly, 76 or 77, just for the mere fact that it was technically incorporated or founded in 76, but 77 is when it really took off, if you would, when they launched it. And with it was the $100,000 ring. Now, $100,000 in 77 is not going to be the same thing as what 100,000 gets you in 2021. Does that make sense? I mean,
Yes.
I'm just saying that it's just not the same thing, which again, I'm very proud of people that hit it, but you got to understand that it's time we elevate our standards too. But whatever, you got to be part of the Champions Club. Now, why do you think it's so important to be part of the Champions Club? Anybody?
Equity in the company.
Equity in the company is a very, very big deal. You know, we had a conversation about 2 months ago, and you know, the company's not getting younger. Phil Gerlicher, who's the owner of FFS, is in his 70s. He's not getting any younger. Our key leaders that started and found, I would say, well, we've been here. I've been here since day one with FFS, but I'm the youngest of them all. As far as the EFCs that were, you know, we came on board in the early days, I'm the youngest of them all. They're getting up there in age, and so the conversation was around what to do with the company. I mean, do we take it public? Do we do this? As a matter of fact, there was a company. What was it? What's it called? What is it? With Jack Wu and them. What is it? Come on. I'm looking at them. They just they started after FFS. What's it called? It's just kind of like an FFS company, basically, a knockoff.
Yeah.
Yes, Premier Financial Services, PFS. Premier Financial Services. They just cashed out their people this past summer, and millions were handed out. Millions. So if you want to look at what it's like when a company does what FFS is doing, and they've been here less than FFS, Premier Financial Services. So just look it up. It's all over Instagram all summer because they cashed out millions and millions of dollars for people. That's pretty cool. So nobody got a damn thing though, unless they were part of their Champions Club, which is 100,000 or more. And that's why it's so important that even if you can get in this year, I'm telling you, we've never been closer to the, as we call it, the cash out event taking place. We've never been closer than right now. I know for a fact, what's the other company? People Helping People, PHP, with what's his name? I know him really, really well. I like him. They just locked down their equity share, ended 2 years ago. So no more. So if you go join them right now, you can, you know, of course, make money depending on your sales, but you will never have equity share credits with them either. The only one that's still left that's open and issuing them out, which, by the way, for all of you, we had a big problem last year because I don't know why, but a good portion of our teammates forgot to sign their forms acknowledging their credits for the year 2019. And we had a mess because the time expired when you have to return it. And if you don't return it by the time, you basically surrender your credits for that year. And we had to go through hell to undo that. Unscrambling an egg is very hard. And so I'm asking you that all of you that are part of the equity share right now, you're going to be receiving your FedEx package in the mail real soon. Sign in and return it the same day, please. Why the hell would you wait? Why? What a hassle last year. I'm not going to go through that again. So I'm asking you, just the same day you get it, rip it open, sign, take a picture, turn it into PDF, and get it back the same day. So you want to be part of the Champions Club for a lot of different reasons, but you're right. Equity shares is a huge part of that you can actually build wealth. If you go to, PFS, which they're a great company. I know the owners, I know the founders, I know Jack Wu and all these guys, they were all part of my team. Oh, not my team, but the company I was involved with before FFS. And so I know them from there. Great people, but they cashed out this summer. Done. You're done. You can still build a team, overrides or whatever, but you can do that here, except you can do that plus equity share credit. That's a big, big deal. I'll give you another reason before I ask for more reasons. And to me, I've always seen it as a form of validation. A lot of people talk the talk, and the people that are part of our Champions Club, and I don't want to leave anybody out, but whether it be a Mr. Hatter, whether it be a Kathy, or whether it be a Kathy, or whether it be a George, or whether it be a Daniela, or whether it be a whatever. I mean, they work very hard at what they have achieved. They work for it. And so I don't want to water it down. So I'm not going to say anybody can do it, even though anybody could do it. Not everybody does, because it sucks. I mean, it sucks. Like I said, yesterday was, Friday, I was working on this and a bunch of other stuff in the program for the free landing pages, all day, because to me, it matters that much more to me that it says, hey, let's go out there and go out. There's a lot of places where I live here in the Inland Empire that are open now. They're not supposed to, but hell, they're open. Restaurants and then, I'm not going to do that. I'd rather stay home. And for me, a perfect Friday night is to work hard at giving my people a fighting chance, because I know this stuff. I already know this stuff. I have my landing pages. I have this, I have that, but it's not about me. It's about you guys. Now, that for some, they don't want it bad enough to deploy this stuff. As you can see with this, that's their problem. But it won't be because of a lack of potential help or real help or anything, because I'm giving it to you. So you got a cash flow. Well, let's start with, thank God nobody clicked on 25,000. So 0 if you clicked on 25,000. 12% said 50,000. 4% said 75,000. Maybe that's why you haven't hit it. You've been going after the wrong damn number. But the correct answer, which 85% of you did select, is $100,000. That's a lot of money. I'm not going to water it down. But again, it's not what it used to be. So let's just shoot for 200,000 to be safe. And it's not that difficult if you automate your business. You guys saw. If not, I'm going to do it again. Let me just show you this. I don't care what industry I'm in. I don't care what it is that I do. Let me see. I want to see if it's still here. Here. Let me just show you this. I'm going to share this with you. Again, that doesn't matter what it's talking about. I just want to show. Freaking great. Hold on. Okay, and here's what I want to just show you. Related or unrelated to FFS doesn't matter, but here's what automation looks like. And so let me just do this. And if you notice it right there, it says, hi, Javier, my name is Richard. I saw your rating mortgage video on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. I get so many of these things a day for every venture I'm involved in, every company I either own or have a stake in. People call me all day long. They want to join FFS. They want to become a closer. They want to be a presenter. The point that I'm making, let me go back to this over here, is that is what I mean when I say automation. When you say automation, or when you say, I'll give you an example. When you hear me say recruit, most people think, damn, I got to go out there and talk to people and beg people. And it represents something bad that they're just not going to do. And so I don't have the time right now. I'm not in a position. I'm not dressed for it. I'm not whatever. And so what ends up happening is that they just don't do it. We talk about opening up a school, same thing, or a police station, the same thing. Right now, we have more of our teammates closing business almost 100%. Not only virtually, but from people they didn't even know. They just don't know them. Everybody's right now sending out emails. I mean, we're probably the biggest spammers on the planet right now as a team, because but it's getting results, and it's increasing people's incomes from people that, now, if you would have asked them 2 years ago, do you see yourself ever doing 100 or close to 100% of your business with people you don't even know, you never met before, that you're going to just spam and randomly, they're like, no, I'm not into that. That's nerd stuff. That's Javier stuff or whatever. And yet they're doing it. So I'm very proud of everyone for all that they are doing under the circumstances. So again, the answer is 100,000. We need you, unless you consciously don't want to be part of that club. And that's okay. If you say, I want to be part of the $10,000 a year club, bless your heart. I'm glad you do it with us. It's an honor, and I thank you. And if there's anything I can do to keep you at 10,000, let me know. I want to help you. But if you say, man, I want to shoot for 100,000, don't just talk the talk, walk the walk, and do it. I want to see your landing page. I want to hear right now, by the way, what did you do this past week to move your business forward? Because that was part of the homework from last Saturday. And so, yes, 100,000. Any other reasons why you want to do that? Part of the Champions Club and requalify every year. Anybody?
You get really neat cups like the one you were drinking out of the other day.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. Not only one, but they sent me two. Everybody got two of the Champions Club mugs. Absolutely. I mean, which will lead me to the next thing. Well, anybody else? Any ideas? Any thoughts? So why?
Get to go on the conference calls once a month.
Yeah, conference calls. You get to know what's going on. I mean, people come, hey, what's the word on this? What's the word on that? A lot of it was covered on the Champions Club. Then, of course, a lot more is covered in the EFC one, which is, Mr. Bob Ansett on the webinar right now on as well. But another one that I think is a great thing, Dream Destination. If you qualify for the 100,000 club every year, don't let it be your high watermark where you did it 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 1 year. Every year has to be a Champions Club requalification. If you qualify for the Champions Club, I guarantee you're going to go on the Dream Destination trip, which is a big deal. Anybody else before we move on? Anyone? All right. Well, we're not going to go ahead.
If you do the championship club, you're getting out to more people and helping more people.
I remember what I said a long time ago and what I say every time. There's only 2 reasons people really joined FFS. 2 reasons. What are they? Anybody know me that well?
To help people.
And then the other one is what?
Make money.
That's it. Now, you might say that for me, it's to make money first and then help people, or to help people first and then make money. But I don't care what the hell it is. At the end of the day, if you really want to make more money, you need to help more people. So Holly's absolutely right. More lives have been changed. I mean, what an honor for me this past year that in 2020 people complained and this and that. It was a banner year for us as far as income's concerned across all fronts. Number one. Number two, all I can tell you is that I started a new college fund for my grandson, which is pretty cool. Now, the way I do it is everybody needs to have their IUL, but I always insure my kids, adult kids, on top of that for the sake of their kids. But I'm the owner. I pay for it. I pay. I'm the insured. It's also my business, so I get paid on it as well. But I always tell them that this has nothing to do with this. So it happens to you. I'm not giving a damn thing to your spouse or whatever. I'm not going to do that. This is just in case we have to take over. We need to do something for that kid. Now, I'm not going to keep the money for my sake. Of course, it's going to be for the benefit of the babies, but it's a 20-year term. Kid's 20. I don't have a need for it anymore. At that time, mom should have something going, and then the kid is not a kid anymore. It's an adult. But I believe in that. So I got to cover a lot of different people, set a ton of college funds for so many kids, especially in November and December. That was just simply an incredible thing. So I don't care my income. Now, I'm not a big producer. 98% of my income comes from the team. I just don't produce a lot. I'll be the first to admit it, but I still produce a lot. It's just that because of us being here as long as we have, the income's pretty big, but it still represents that, again, I know I can change people's lives, especially starting with our own. So absolutely, if you hit a Champions Club and you requalify every year, the good news is that you're helping a ton of people, and collectively we've helped thousands and thousands of people, especially during the pandemic that we have going on as well. And then we go to the last question. On a scale from 1 to 10, how serious are you about making 2021 your best and most profitable year ever in FFS? 4%. All right, number 1, 2, 3. All right, cool. 4% are at a 4 to a 6. All right. And 7% are between a 7 and a 9. And that's fine. That's why I know that not everybody did the poll. I know that. I know that's why a lot of people don't do any of the stuff that we put out there to help you, because I know not everybody's at a 10. And there's nothing wrong with being a 1 to a 3 or a 4 to a 6 or a 7 to a 9. But like I said, you just cannot go out there and I'm not saying that you are complaining. I'm just saying we cannot complain. It's like, man, why couldn't I do this on a larger scale? Well, because that's probably what you were looking for. You're getting it, and you've heard me say this before. You're kind of getting what you're looking for, not in a bad way, but like you see here. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15% are between 1 and a 9, and that's fine. It's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, I just deal with the people that are at a 10. You have your rights to do and choose whatever level of greatness you want to achieve, and that's fine. But I also have my rights, and that's why I don't take calls. I don't take text messages from anybody that I know is anything but a 10, because it's hard as hell when you're at a 10, let alone 9 or below. And so, like I said, I just wanted to, share these numbers with you, so you kind of sense that when you go out there and recruit people, you'll find that it's got to be a reflection of what we did here today. And by the way, we have the most committed ones here on the webinar because the others are still sleeping in bed. I mean, that's just the reality of it. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But just take this as a learning experience that just because people say they want it, or God forbid, there are people that come to me like say, hey, dude, I need help. You got to help me make money fast because the bill collectors are on my back. Like, right, just keep going. I want nothing to do with that. You don't want to do that. But understand that there's also a lot to do, a lot to learn. And just by looking at this poll, you can see it for the results for yourself. I'm going to share them with you right now. You should see them on your screen. It's amazing. I mean, it's amazing. What are we going to do? Any questions about from anything? The only thing you're going to need, I'm getting a couple here. Let me answer some of the chat questions that I have. And the questions are, hold on. Okay, you don't need to, yeah, you do need one thing. If you're going to be part of next week's training, it's very important. Let me tell you this, get every member of your team to be on this webinar, please. It's for your sake, their sake, and 2021 is on the line. All they need is all they're going to need, and you're going to need, is a Google account like Gmail. If you have Gmail, even if you don't use it, you don't have to use it. We're not using the email portion, but you do have to have a Google account. So if you don't have one, go to google.com, create a dummy email address, and that'll give you an actual Google account, and you're ready to go at that point. Any questions, comments, concerns from anybody about anything? What are your thoughts on this poll? Anybody? What do you think? You're seeing the results of the poll. What do you think? Anybody?
Yeah, this was kind of shocking, Javier, for a lot of different reasons. But I think one of the things that it says, and I'm glad that you did this at the beginning of the year, because some people have been on vacation mode, holiday mode, whatever you want to call it, and it's like one of my football coaches always says, because I asked him why we practice so much. He said, because you get rusty and you forget things. And it's true. It's just human nature. And just to review things, like this, and to have it someplace, just like those web addresses, that's something that we need to have as a PDF and, post it in our offices. And again, I'm not saying that, we shouldn't take personal responsibility, because you've given us all this, but to see it kind of comprehensively, in one place, maybe a landing page. I don't know. And I'm not saying that I have the answers, but no, I thought it was good. I thought it was timely. And especially, like I said, at the beginning of the year, because, when it's kind of laid out like this, and I'm just talking about the websites, the church campaign, the police campaign, the teacher, when you see it collectively all like in one spot, like you're doing it, I mean, we have a ton of resources. And I think sometimes, that can get overwhelming. And I know everybody doesn't do everything, but, the reality of it is we're probably going to center in on one thing, and then we kind of forget about the other things. For example, somebody might be into the police campaign and forget everything that they heard or thought about the church campaign. And like you said, that's our job to have a more of a comprehensive, view, know a little bit about everything, because you never know when we're going to have to use it. So things like this, and like you said, just the web addresses, that helps. And I just wanted to commend you, for putting that out there today, because, I think it was a great reminder for all of us, and also kind of an eye opener for the team that, the team may not even know some of the basics. And that's a little scary. But, it's a reality. And it is what it is. And again, I'm no better than anybody else, but I think it's just tells us that we're not meeting live, and communication is critical and it's vital to know exactly what's going on, because we forget. So thank you for doing that. I think that was tremendous.
What do you got going today at 1:40 p.m. anyways?
I'm sorry, say that again?
What do you have going today at 1:40 p.m.?
What do you think? Go Rams, baby. Go Rams.
Go Rams. All right, man. There you go. All right, cool. Hey, last thoughts, anybody else? I mean, like I said, I hope it definitely, help you realize that there's always room for improvement. I just can't tell you how much I appreciate everybody that's on this webinar and that's part of the team. And like I said, no matter how much or how little or how much, you achieve or don't achieve. I love everybody, I really do, but I want to help bring out the best in you. I want your income to be a true reflection. If you are out, like I said, if you're out to make 10,000 a year, I want to help you hit that 10,000, and I mean that with all the respect in the world. If you want to make 200,000, I want to be able to help you do that as well. And I know I can if you just do what I'm asking you to do, especially for next week. Because like I told you, I will not help anybody past next Saturday when it comes to landing pages, because it's just simply a matter of you reviewing the video or just taking notes, taking pictures and so on. There's no reason to do that. But I'm telling you, if you automate your business, I've automated it for a long time. And most of my appointments I have to dish out to other people just because I cannot handle them. Or in some cases, I don't want to handle them, to be honest with you. I just dish them off, take a split, and everybody's happy. But in the meantime, we really got to get you to at least 100,000, minimum 150,000 in 2021. And it's a lot easier than you can think. All right, thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate it. Any questions, as always, just hit me up as it relates to anything. I really want to be a coach in your success and not a partner or accomplice in your failure. I just simply ask that you do your part and we can all collectively win as well. Let me just go ahead and stop this screen, and we are officially done. All right, thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.